We're here at Brian Koppelman's home gym to give you a tour. Brian has been influential in the entertainment industry as a screenwriter, actor, producer, director, and fitness has changed his life over the last several years. We're gonna go through his home gym, take a look at his sweet Sorinex setup, his kettlebells. Let's take a tour.
Massenomics.
All right, we made it. Dutchess County with Big Brian Koppelman. He's gonna give us the tour, the grand tour of the home gym, the garage gym. Brian, thanks for having us.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for calling me big. I feel so small. I've never felt smaller than I am around you guys.
When you're at Massenomics, everyone's big. That's the. It doesn't matter what size you are. Big's more of a state of mind. It's a feeling. And
Love it.
We are here at your garage gym. We're very excited to take a tour. We've kind of looked behind the scenes a little bit already, but we're going to get the official tour from the boss.
Great, man.
All right, awesome. So let's get started. How long have you had the garage gym?
We've had the gym like a little under a year now.
Okay.
And yeah, man, it's a dream. You know, as you know, I started really training only a couple years ago, a little over a couple years ago, but I quickly became obsessed.
Yeah.
And really felt like if I could have this place that I could train. It's very simple in a way. I thought about it a lot, and it's, you know, of course, as you guys were saying when you first got here, I think the first thing everyone does is they go, oh man, this is my dream gym. I don't need anything else. And then the next day they go, I mean,
you know what else I need?
It would be really great if I had a leg extension. You know what I mean?
What if I had double the space? What would I do then? Yeah. No, but you do have a great setup. It looks like that you've utilized here pretty well. We always love to talk gym flooring, and you've got rolled. In fact, it ties the room together classically, I think, right?
Big Lebowski, for sure. Absolutely, really ties the room together.
Yeah. Tommy just installed similar flooring in his gym, so
I was going to do the horse stall mats. I went a long way toward thinking about it, actually, knowing that, you know, then I could really be part of the Massenomics community. But this was $800, the flooring total, and it just seemed like that one notch, because this gym is attached to my house.
Right.
We don't want to go through the period of time of dealing with the complications of what you get with the horse stall mats. And,
yes. You don't want to be asleep in bed and wake up in the morning from the off-gassing.
No. My wife's the greatest person in the world, and she was like, you know, so happy to say take the garage, and we won't put cars in the garage.
Yeah.
And you can make it a gym. I couldn't, on top of that, be like, also it's gonna smell like horse shit for 3 months in the house, and that felt like a wrong taking advantage.
Yeah. Okay. You've got one piece of cardio equipment in the gym, an elliptical.
I have a stationary bike also in the house.
Okay. But
the GHD, it was a choice. I had to have the GHD. That's my favorite piece of equipment, and so.
What kind of stationary bike do you have?
I have it. It's true. It's great. It was like that brand True, and it was. Okay. I got an amazing deal.
So it's not a Peloton then, because we've been on a Peloton kick lately. We actually.
No, it's a regular stationary bike, the kind that doesn't plug in.
Right.
It's self-charging.
Right.
And it gets the job done, and it's small, and it's easy to move around.
So the GHD, GHR. What was the story? Who were you talking about that influenced you a little bit on the GHD, GHR?
You know, the person who really I talked to in the beginning about home gyms is the professional wrestler, WWE champion Sheamus.
Yeah.
And I'm an old-time WWF total geek fan, you know. And
who's your favorite wrestler of all time? Or
Bruno Sammartino, which is, you know, a legend. But I'm of that generation of all those Harley Race and Terry Funk. And
the badasses.
All those, that whole, you know, era, pre kind of Hulk Hogan. But Becky Lynch, who's the greatest female wrestler of all time, I think, she connected me with Sheamus. She was like, you guys will love each other. And so I spent a lot of time in Nashville, and Sheamus has the single best garage gym I've ever seen. I don't know if you've ever gone on his, looked at his workouts.
I haven't, no.
Oh, they're amazing on YouTube. He's got like 1 million followers on YouTube, but he has an incredible garage gym, and a lot of it is Tough Stuff. Okay. That brand, which I know is now discontinued, or they changed ownership, or whatever it is. So when I was in Nashville, he's such a generous dude. He was out of town because wrestlers are always on the road.
Yeah.
But he said, just use my gym. So I would wake up and go to his gym at 5:30 in the morning. Alone, I had this gym to myself. And that's kind of one of the things that made me go, I need to have this to be able to work out by yourself. And it was all Tough Stuff. And he has a GHD. And I just realized what an amazing piece of equipment that is. You know, it's not the kind of thing that most people, if you're not really into that culture of working out, training, gyms.
Right.
I think most people don't even really know what they are or use them. Your audience does, but I mean, I'm saying for me, I didn't.
For sure.
Really, you know, even playing sports my whole life, but to be able to do all the hinging stuff and then to be able to do sit-ups, it's just an incredible piece for me, and I really wanted to have it.
One of my personal favorites also, so I like that. And you talked about your journey. You've been on it 2 or 3 years. What was the point of inflection when did you become, I'm a gym guy now, you know, I do gym stuff, I need a home gym, like what was the moment of...
It did kind of go from 0 to 60. I mean, what happened was, look, I'm an older guy, and I had let myself get incredibly out of shape.
Okay.
And I love my kids, and I love my family, and I want to like see grandkids.
Yeah.
And I was at inflection point's a great word that you just used, because I was at a place that was pretty bad. And the great thing was, I saw a doctor, and we were talking about the approach, and they said, look, if you want to try to really lose weight, start lifting weights.
Yeah, that's a good doctor.
And weight train, and you will see that you can change your body comp.
Yeah.
And otherwise, you're going to end up skinny fat. You're going to still be unhealthy. Your blood pressure's not going to get under control. It was an amazing thing, you know. But my whole life, I'll be honest, I was scared of weight training. You know, I didn't understand it, and I tried it too young. I think I tried it first when I was 11 or 12. A bad gym teacher, and I was not muscle sore. Now I know the difference. I had a lot of joint pain, really bad joint pain. And I just was like, that's not for me. But then when I started to do it this time, I found a trainer in New York who I would meet with twice a week in the beginning. This guy named Ben Foster, and I want to shout him out because his approach, unlike so many people who want to try to burn you the first day to show you that you were weak and make you so sore that he was like, hey, I can see that you are like a little coordinated. If I'm going to take this, I'm going to help you take it slow. But I'll say, and just in case anyone's stumbling on this who's intimidated, like I was super intimidated. Yeah. I was really frightened of it. You know, I watch your channel and everybody's in such good shape. And I'm obviously like, I've changed myself so much and everything is better because of how I feel now. Yeah. But even in the beginning, I was scared to chair squat. Like I was a 57-year-old guy. I was still playing competitive sports, and that's when I had this, what happened was I was playing in a tennis match against a kid in 93 degrees and I almost fainted. And I had to get IV and all this stuff, and I was 6 feet 245 or something, 40% body fat. Yeah. But as I started to get it together, like I couldn't even squat down. I couldn't deadlift 65 pounds, like the bar plus 210s. Like I couldn't even get in position to deadlift. And I was so intimidated by every part of it. I was like, I'm gonna get hurt. I pictured that I would be like bedridden. Yeah. Because when you're older, right, you are, and in a minute you think, well, oh, I'm brittle, I'm gonna. Right. But it's not true. Right. In fact, if you go slowly, but you do it consistently, in a year you won't recognize yourself. And in 2 years, you're deadlifting 300 pounds and you're suddenly strong for your age. Yeah. Not strong like compared to you, but strong for who I am and where I find myself. Well, and it's all about progression from yourself. It's not a comparison against anyone else. It's changing where you're at. And because I record, and I say because I record myself all the time, I record all my sets. Yep. I know I'm not making up that it was hard for me to lift 65 pounds. I can see that it was hard for me to lift 65 pounds. Right, and now you're doing what you're doing. My takeaways from that: the gym can be for everyone. It might be intimidating, but get started, and it's never the wrong time to start. You know, it's the right time is now. The best time was in the past. Second best time is right now. And planting a tree. That's the old saying about planting a tree. Exactly right, man. Here we are. And as long as we're at the rack, I want to highlight this. We've talked about it. We've done 30, 40 home gym tours. I don't think we've done a Sorinex rack that we featured yet. You've got a pretty sweet, mostly Sorinex setup in here. You've got the 4-post Sorinex rack. Yeah, I love the rack. The only thing I think I got the wrong pull-up bar. I got to change out the pull-up bar. It's not ideal for if you want to do chin-ups. Okay, you want a parallel. I need to, but other than that, it's awesome. You've got the custom rack header here. Yeah. With
B Cop, and then
that hand is called Big Slick.
Okay.
The suited ace king in poker and Texas Hold'em is called Big Slick. And that's the best starting hand that you can get.
Yeah.
And it just felt like, I wouldn't have any of this if it wasn't for the game of poker.
Yeah. So Rounders.
Yeah.
1997.
Yep, exactly right.
So was that your first big? I mean, I don't know the right
Yeah,
word.
at the time, it's like, honestly, slow and steady progress and everything. Yeah, that was my first movie my partner, Dave, and I did together. And we wrote that script in a basement. My wife cleared this little storage room out, and Dave and I met before work. He was bartending, I was working in a day job, so we would meet after he got off his bartending shift and right before I went to work. So super early in the morning in this little storage area below our apartment, and we wrote that script. And the movie wasn't a hit at the time, but over time, it became this real big cult classic kind of a movie.
I watched Rounders for the first time probably 5 years ago.
That's awesome.
Which obviously it existed for 20 years before that, and I watched it for the first time about 5 years ago. So
that's great.
That's cool.
So that was the beginning of everything, and I was playing a lot of poker back then. I don't do things halfway, so that's why
you don't do the gym
halfway. I
halfway.
started weightlifting,
and
then it wasn't a halfway thing. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to point out a few things on the rack. So you've got the Sorinex safeties out here, so you can squat out of the front rack. The Sorinex J-Cup hooks. These are actually really nice J-Cups, and the way that this is basically protected in the arc around it. It's going to keep your barbell fresh and safe. Sorinex, these are 1 inch, 3x3 1-inch. Difference in Sorinex. These holes on each side are, I don't know, Tommy, you'd say lined up with each other versus offset. Some have offset. These are lined up. The Sorinex badging on this stuff, it's just kind of premium compared to some other options. I would say overall it has a really premium feel to it, maybe. It's got the Prolock magnetic collars. Like to see that. And then your 2 barbells. Gotta look at the barbells. I always like inspecting barbells. So what, do you know
They had an extra barbell in the truck and they gave it to me.
Okay.
I got one,
and
then it's 2 of them. It's there.
Okay, it is the
Sorinex
Standard Series Performance Bar. So are they the same? I think they look the same.
I don't want to get the fella in trouble who gave me the barbell, but he did give me the second one.
It fell off the truck.
It did. The second one fell off the truck.
Yeah. And then you've got the Sorinex bumpers on the weight rack, and then the Sorinex adjustable bench. We were kind of talking about your bench choices beforehand. You've got the adjustable bench. We're kind of talking fixed flat bench versus adjustable bench.
Yeah, I think about which one, and I think about the Rogue flat powerlifting bench sometimes, but there's only room for one bench, and this is a perfectly good one.
I think this is a great bench. I've actually never looked at this bench before. It's got the ladder system adjustments. You got 5 adjustments there. Same with the front also. So this Sorinex has the horizontal knurled handle off the front, kind of a premium option. Tommy, you've got the rep bench. Does this remind you of your rep bench a little bit?
Yeah, a lot of similarities.
Yeah, it's cool. Got the stainless steel sides on it. I think you made a good bench choice.
Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah.
No, I really am.
Yeah.
Because,
from some home gym nerds, you made a good choice.
I know, because I'm I watch more home gym content. I'd say I used to spend my whole life watching movies, and now I spend my whole life watching home gym tours, basically, garage gym tours. I'd say, here, the one thing that I think, my one, innovation.
Yeah,
is,
what do you got?
I never understand, and I've talked to a lot of gym owners, why people put the 45 plates on the bottom. Why put them on the bottom?
We don't. We do the same thing you do.
Put them in the middle.
This is what you do is exactly what we. This is exactly what we do.
But you never see it, man.
Yeah.
Almost nobody ever does it.
I'm really glad you brought that up. So if you can see, Tommy, what he's talking about is he's got the 3 pins here and the double on the top, and he's putting the 45s at the standing level that you would pull them off of, rather than down here on the bottom peg. This is what we do too.
I love that.
That's actually a interesting point of discussion that has come up before. I'm really glad you pointed that out.
I think people in commercial gyms do it because they don't want people dropping the weights on themselves, right? But still, you got to bend down. Why should the hardest part of a workout be grabbing a couple of plates off the bottom? And everyone's always worried about their lower back. If you're constantly, just put the 45s in the middle.
You're
put the
right.
Plates in the middle. That's it.
He's correct.
That's the only insight I have.
You've got bells of steel fractional plates here. These are half-pound plate.
Well, my other second favorite thing, this is another thing I don't, for me, This right here.
Yeah, the bells. Yeah, it's actually an awesome point.
I love this. Like, I love this piece of equipment.
This is actually one of my favorite ones. He's got the bells of steel double deadlift jack with the rollers on there. We've looked at this before with bells of steel.
This makes life so much easier. That's the other thing I don't understand about gyms. Like, when people say, oh, why didn't you get a home gym? Because almost no gyms, like there's a great gym in Poughkeepsie called Determined Fitness that I love.
Okay.
They have deadlift jacks.
Yeah.
But most gym chains do not have, I know you guys do, of course, but most gym chains don't have deadlift jacks.
Yep.
And they just make your life lifting so much easier. Like, there are these certain practical things. And I think Bells of Steel, for me, like, I trust that company. I don't know them at all, obviously.
Yeah, we do. We know Kayvon's the owner. He's a good guy.
He seems really, like, this thing came, it was easy to put together. I'm not very handy. I could put it together, and it works great. And so yeah, that and the micro plates.
Yeah, you're spot on there. I think, we got an affiliate code for Bells of Steel. You can click on that. So, but spot on. And also, I think the double deadlift jack, they make singles.
Yes.
If you've got the space for it, a double is a cool addition for every home gym.
Yeah, I barely have the space for it, but I've used it to keep my squatting shoes behind there. So
Squat
I got a
shoes,
little
your other
area.
training shoes?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, and then is that an air conditioner, a mini split, or is it AC?
Split.
Yeah,
It's a
okay.
split.
All right, cool. So
because this is a garage, so in the cold of the winter, the heat's a good thing.
Yeah. Actually, before we miss it, I want to make sure to bring it up. Got some cool decor here that hasn't gone up yet.
Yeah, we haven't put it up yet.
The work in progress. So you've got
that's John Starks
dunking
making a huge dunk in the playoffs.
This is also a popular card, a trading card.
Yeah.
But they edit out someone. I can't remember this picture. Sometimes Michael has edited out of it.
No,
actually,
but the whole point is he dunked over Michael.
Right. But sometimes on that picture, I think Michael has edited out. I was at
the game.
You were.
Yeah.
93
yeah,
in the Garden.
Game.
So that's a huge dunk.
And that's
John Starks.
my dad got to play in a charity golf tournament with Tiger.
With
so
Tiger.
That's my dad and Tiger.
What year is that? That's early.
My dad
is that
passed a couple years ago.
Yeah,
my dad's probably in his 50s there, standing next to Tiger.
That's
and
that's
then
really good.
during,
Dr. J.
I'm a huge Dr. J fan from when he was on the Nets in the beginning. But the Sixers asked me during pandemic if I would give a talk, and to a bunch of people who worked for the Sixers, and I was like, of course, my pleasure. And then they sent me this, and I couldn't believe it. I was like blown away to get it signed.
That's very cool.
Yeah, because I just spoke to do it. I just was like, during pandemic, I put it out there, like anything I could do to, as I'm sure we all tried to just like make life easier for everyone else. And I didn't ask for anything, and they sent me this, and I was like really touched by it. So yeah, we'll put the stuff up. I haven't put up mirrors, and I think I thought I would, and now I'm not sure. You think you need them?
I think you don't. That's a polarizing topic as well. I think there's not a right or wrong answer to that. If you're a bodybuilder, you're going to have mirrors in your gym. It's quintessential. Jujimufu has the cool rolling mirrors that they're also not glass. It's like they're pretty expensive. They're kind of unique, and you can position them wherever you want. We do have some mirrors up in Massenomics gym because we got people that...
Do you prefer to lift in front of a mirror or not?
I do not. When I'm deadlifting and squatting, I do not want to lift in front of a mirror.
You just want to feel the form?
Yeah, I just want to...
You record
Yeah,
your
I
sets.
record most of my sets. I want to watch. Even if I'm not posting it, I want to see that. Some people might be like, oh, why do you got to record everything? But I think it's there's an element of being able to... You watch it and you get a different perspective than just what you thought it looked like and thought it felt like in your head.
Yeah,
it's a great tool to be able to do that.
For me, the recording of sets makes it, I'll be able to see it exactly like you said, work on the form, but I'm not distracted when I'm lifting by the mirror. I thought I would want them because you do, when you're in a gym and they're there, you do find yourself sometimes looking at the mirror and checking form that way. But also, I was watching Brian Alsrew talk about where your head position and when you're deadlifting, which I thought was a great hack. The way he talks about keeping your chin down is so helpful, I think. But I think if you're lifting in front of a mirror, it's much harder to keep your head down because you're going to sneak it up to get a look. Oh, look at that. It's 315. It's 3 plates. You're going to...
I think that's right. Nets or Knicks then?
No, lifelong Knicks fanatic. But as a little kid, I grew up pretty close to where the Nets played.
Were they ABA then?
Yeah, and Dr. J,
Dr. J was an ABA.
When they came to the NBA, that's when he went to the 76ers. So he never played for the Nets in the NBA.
He
got $6 million to play for the Sixers, and that's why he had number 6.
I would have went to the Sixers for $6 million too.
Yeah. Back it was like $1 million a year.
Right.
For 6 years.
Right.
The NBA guys, I'm not even like, if you're on a 10-day, I think you're getting more than that now.
True. You got mats and foam rollers and stuff. Do you roll out? I mean, is it?
Yeah, I do. I use the mats sometimes if I use the plyo box to do like hip thrusts or things like that. Yeah. I'll use the mat.
Is that Sam rolled up there to go on the wall?
Yeah, that's Sulik. Yeah. We were together last week at
you interviewed him at the Arnold too.
Yeah, I interviewed him at the Arnold. That's how we kind of got to know each other. Yeah. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And last week he was up here doing an event. Some guys I'm buddies with are the guys behind this bodybuilding event up here. So they asked me to introduce him to Sam. I did. He came through. They gave me the poster. I thought it'd be funny to have the poster up.
It's cool. You guys trained together then too.
We did.
Did you pick up anything from training with him in person?
I'll answer seriously. He is so amazing. The fact that Sam Sulik is only 23 years old is an incredible
thing. It's easy to forget.
He's 23.
Yeah.
And he's a brilliant guy. He's really aware. First of all, I'll say this. Yeah, he's a brilliant guy. He was probably born as a brilliant person. He's also very kind to everybody who comes up to him. So we went to a gym near here, because the truth is, I realized I don't have enough weight for Sam here. No, I just don't.
That's true.
It's not enough weight. But the gym I told you about, Determined Fitness, and we arranged that we could stay late. There's just the two of us be in the gym. But we got there like with an hour before closing, and then anyone in there called their friends, and all these people came over. And Sam took his time with every person, like spoke to him, took pictures with him, signed. He was incredibly patient. But I'll tell you, the level of focus he then had when it was time to do a set. When it was time to go to work, he went to work like the best professional athletes go to work.
Right.
He also wasn't lifting, even though the cameras were there, he wasn't lifting for anyone's benefit. He was lifting to do the job he was there to do. So he didn't throw, when he decided ahead of time, I think I'm going to use 3 plates for this one chest machine. He didn't go, oh, got people, I'm gonna throw 4 on it and show everyone else. He was like, oh, 3 plates, 20 reps. That's what I'm doing. And it was like an incredible amount of focus, and also the little pointers that he gave me about a couple things. That's a top professional, is able to, like, the way you could look and know, or the way an O-line coach knows how your feet should go.
Yeah.
It was really amazing to watch how he thinks about it and what he does.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's really cool. That's a cool experience and a fun story to have, too.
And it was hilarious, too. I was pretending to give him pointers and stuff online.
Yeah, we liked that.
I wasn't really giving him pointers.
Yeah, we like to think you are. Okay. Yeah. So the back half of the gym, this is a really cool setup. So I'm not super familiar with all the Sornex line equipment, but what we've got here is this is all built into one. It's like their functional trainer, their double-sided. I mean, this is essentially at this point a commercial gym piece of equipment of what we've got here. This is barely a home, this is a high level piece of equipment where he's got the 2-sided functional trainer with 250-pound weight stacks on each side. The functional trainer will go all the way top to bottom, pivot left to right side, and then you've got the storage off the back side of it for your dumbbells and your kettlebells in here. This is really cool. Yeah, and I love the kettlebells. I follow Dan John, and I love the way he talks about kettlebells, and I do a lot of kettlebell training. The dumbbells, I realize, and the kettlebells are mixed. It's some Sornex and some just random kettlebells, because I want to, fill them in. These are big ones too. Look at these.
Those are 36 kg.
Okay.
I don't need to. I'm not messing with the beast. I can't. I'm not pressing the 48 kgs. I do need though the dumbbells. I went to 50. I think it's always a mistake to stop at 50, because for croc rows and one-arm rows, I need 90s. And,
so you would rather have up to 100 set if you could. Yeah.
It was a mistake. That's the clear thing I didn't do right, because if you're on a day like today, I have heavy singles. For what I'm doing today is like a bunch of heavy singles, and I can't do dumbbell rows heavy singles.
Right.
But you don't know in the beginning, I'd say. It's just something I didn't realize.
Okay, so that's something you took away, you've learned as you went. Nice part about this, I would say though, this being Sornex 3x3 1-inch hardware, this is like a giant erector set. You've got these shelving units. You could, in theory, add additional shelving units and put the lighter dumbbells up higher and continue to add dumbbells in that same storage method too. So yeah, you got options there still if you ever wanted to change that.
Yeah, I do want to add storage here. I was thinking about getting one of those wall control units.
That's
especially
a great
if I
idea.
don't do mirrors, to do some kind of wall control.
Yeah, and it's great for like this stuff that, you know, you've got your cable attachments here and it looks good. You know, you could get black wall control, which would look really well. In the,
yeah, I was trying to figure out which attachments to get. I think I'm going to ask you. You'll tell me what to get. Because it's like, well, which attachments do you need to get for the wall? No, for the wall control to hold your attachments. Like,
that's actually a good point. Tommy, you've experienced some of that too.
Yeah, I was like, no, that's what stopped me. That's what stopped me. I was like, okay, and I watched, you know, okay, which size? A quarter inch? A 3/4 inch?
No.
But then you're like, you get the thing and it won't hold that, and then so I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna put them on top of the plyo box. You know, because
that's a really good idea. We might need to do a whole video that's just about which hooks to buy for wall control.
Please do it.
Yeah, that's
You're
a
doing
good
it
idea.
Dedicate that to me.
Because
like,
we both learned that, and we probably both got preferences of what we like to use on those.
No, I really, I was on the website, wall control, and trying to order, and then it was like, you know, they sell them in these
the variety
packs, and I was like, am I not going to use half of this? Am I getting the wrong ones?
I can tell you from personal experience, you're going to get the variety pack, and then half of them you're going to say, these are useless. Why do I have these?
So then what am I? Yeah, you got to tell me what to get.
Yeah, okay.
Do you guys have a code? Do you have a wall control code?
We might. I don't actually know.
You should.
We'll double
By the
check.
time you put this up,
we'll get one because this is a wall control ad right here. Yeah. Okay. And then, so you have the functional trainer.
Hey, wall control, promo me. You got to promo me. I think you guys should promo me.
Brian needs some wall control.
A wall control.
Yeah. Yes, I love that. So you do have the double functional trainer.
Which that gets a lot of use. You know, we were talking before about should you get a leg extension or should you get a pull. I would say the functional trainer, any kind of functional, even just one, that I use every day. That's an everyday kind of a thing for something. You know. Yeah,
because you can do flies obviously, but you can do single-sided things like cable pushdowns, curls.
And I do a lot of also as like when you're done, you know, at the end of a workout, if you're doing some kind of a finish or complex.
Yep.
There's tons of stuff there where you can do the, you know, you squat holding it and come up and do kind of wood chopper or reverse wood chopper things. There's like, I find, I wasn't sure, but I use that every day.
Something I've done lately that I like actually is like standing cable crunches on that.
Great.
So but you also have the dedicated lat pull down off the side of it. It's a really nice lat pull down. The stack on this is huge. 300-pound stack.
300.
Yeah, 300-pound stack. And
you can rack that. I mean, if you want to give it a go ahead.
I don't know. I might embarrass myself on camera. And is this a Sorinex?
That is.
Okay, so that's the Sorinex pull down attachment. But then those
are the mag grips that are just from,
the mag grips.
Mag grips, yeah.
And then you can do a low row off of this also. So you sit on the floor and do the low rows.
I don't mind sitting on the floor to do that. It's no problem.
And these flip up, I guess, also.
Yeah, it's really easy to set. That's all really easy to set up, and that all works great.
Yeah. So we did talk about it though. You're like, do I go the lat pull down or do I go the leg extension leg curl?
That was the biggest question that I had.
I don't think you chose incorrectly because like Tommy and I were talking about too, at Home Gym Con we got to check out like the new dialed motion leg extension leg curl that would just easily attach to a cable setup.
How would you attach it?
Right, you'd actually just set it here when you're using it.
So you would get the bench.
You'd set it right here and then this would just attach to the retracting cable. Yeah. And it'd be a 3-minute setup each time. And they're not the only ones that have something like that. I think Rep kind of has something like that now. And there's other options.
Theirs looks really good at the homegym.com, which next year...
Theirs is really good.
I was so close to going to homegym.com this year.
You should.
But I think next year...
You should come. It's cool. And you were at the Arnold this year. Had you been to the Arnold before?
Yeah, the Arnold is... like you said, I was... They asked me to do stuff, and I'm so happy to do it. So, like, I'm sure I'll interview somebody there this year too.
Right. So the Arnold is the mecca of that. What the Arnold is, which you know it is. I don't have to describe to you it is. The mecca of that thing. Home Gym Con is different. It's a smaller scale, but for gym equipment nerds like us, it is the Super Bowl of that.
It felt like it. I was watching I watched so many videos from there, and I was like, I got to go to that next year. I almost went this year because my favorite part of the Arnold is the expo, and actually is like going early.
Yes.
Like if I could, what I'll do, because I like to go right as stuff's getting set up.
Yeah.
I love the carny aspect of stuff as it's getting built.
Yes.
You know, and
Yes.
as everybody's, you look at all the supplement booths at the Arnold, and it's like, listen, I love you, guy from Rise and fella doing the Ghost booth, but we all know it's the same vat of stuff that it comes from.
Correct.
And so I love watching them set the stuff up and figure their patter out. I mean,
Right.
it's like
because it's all marketing.
It's amazing.
It's just it literally, the difference is how it's marketed.
But also, I love it all.
Yeah.
And the flavor. I always say, certain guys have a better grape flavor than other guys, basically. Or a different sour strip flavor, or whatever the thing is.
Yes.
But yeah, I dig it all.
So hopefully we'll see you at the Arnold and Home Gym Con.
But you guys didn't point out that I am official because...
Oh, great call. Thank you.
I mean, I'm official.
Speaking of marketing, the Drink Spotter chill right here, keeping C4 chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, this is official Massenomics gym territory.
Yeah. We'll have to get you some, we could do a classic Drink Spotter in this one by one. We'll get you... We don't want you to ever have to spill a drink here. It would be a shame in this nice
I'd
gym.
love, please.
Yeah,
and I love this. I'd say this thing is like $6.
Yeah.
And
that's a good hack.
This is such a great hack to record when you're training. I don't know if you've seen, they sell these, they don't last, I'll say these do not last very long.
Yeah.
Like they're $6, get 4 of them.
Right.
For real.
Yeah,
they break,
good,
they break, the brand doesn't matter. They're on TikTok shop for like $4, $6, $8. But you can bring these into any gym. Nobody hassles you. You can stick these out of the way and record your sets. You get good angles. You can go low angle or high angle, and they're great.
Yeah.
You guys should probably
I like
actually
that.
brand. You should brand them.
Yeah. We're good at magnet stuff.
These would be good Massenomics things because you can definitely. I bet you can get them for $1. Yes. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
don't give away the secrets.
Yeah. Don't tell them how this works. We charge $20 for that. We don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, totally.
We talked about a few things, maybe some ideas you have for the potential future. What would be the short list of wish list, or you've had this long enough, you kind of know what you like, what you don't like. What would you ever change about it?
I think I know you guys know how it is, which is when you make the decision that you're really barbell focused, barbell centric, and then just and then just the traditional, what would be in any sort of serious strength training gym, just cable and barbells. So as soon as you got that set up and it's perfect, you need the machines.
Yeah.
Then the thing that
it's the thing to get you strong.
Yeah,
we always say the next thing is the thing to get you strong. It's always the next thing.
So then the next thing is you look at Sean Clarita's gym or something, and you're like, I want all his crap. That guy's 5'2" and he's the strongest man in the world.
You can do it all with a really simple amount of stuff, but more stuff's always more fun too.
Yeah, but I think. My favorite piece of equipment that I've seen in a gym was recently Apollon Gym, that really old legendary gym in New Jersey. It's been there for a very long time, but they have one of those standing chest presses.
Oh, love the standing chest press. That's on now you're talking about my short list.
I love the standing chest.
Yeah.
I can't justify it's never coming in here, but I try to mention it because I want every gym owner to get them.
Yeah.
Because those things, it takes all the pressure off in a certain way, and
Couldn't
you still have
agree
to
with you
work
more.
really hard.
Yeah.
And they're great.
Yeah.
So I love the standing chest press, but then it would be great to get a low row.
Yeah.
I love the way low rows feel, because one thing that I think is hard for someone who's only been training a couple years and goes hard at it is that if you're deadlifting heavy once a week, for me, right, for you, heavy once a week, then figuring out how to really do barbell rows is hard because you're just stressing out the same thing in a way. Like I'm not really recovered 2 days later when I'm doing barbell rows as much as, so if I could really do chest supported rows, and this is good, but it's not the same as a chest supported low row machine.
Right.
So I would probably get that if I could get that.
That's good. I like that.
Do you know what I mean about the barbell?
No, for sure.
The trick we'll show you when we get on.
Yeah.
I want the trick.
We got some insight. Tommy has really, with his home gym, learned a lot of things out of necessity that we haven't discovered before because we really hadn't been doing them ourselves. So
do you use the bench as like? But show me. I don't really. I've never pulled. Like I know that exists with the, and I know I could set something like that up with the cables, right?
Yeah.
But to get it in the right, please show me. I'm taking lessons. That'd be great.
Brian shares a lot of his lifting journey on your Instagram channel,
I do,
know.
yeah.
So do you want people to come check you out on Instagram?
Feel free. Come look at the Instagram. Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm showing stuff because I'd say right from the beginning, at first, I started posting because it was a way to keep myself accountable. I'm talking about it now as somebody who loves to train.
Right.
I think about this 24 hours. Like I love training. In the beginning, I didn't know if I would be able to show up the next day.
Yeah.
And I knew, okay, well, if you post some little win, it'll keep you going back. So I started posting that stuff. And then I immediately started getting messages from people. I would go into, this happened to me a couple times. I went to gyms in New York, in the city, and someone would be in the gym and they would come over and they would say, I'm here because you posted and it reminded me I got to start working out again.
Yeah. So it's doing good.
When I would see that, well, you don't have to tell you, like, look, it's not like, what a what it is though is, then that inspires me to keep going and that inspires someone else to keep going. And it's amazing. I mean, this is what I said to Sulik, in the beginning of my own doing this, people, you guys, Sam Sulik, Alan Thrall, Brian Allsrew, like people who will show you what their journey to this was.
Yeah.
It does make you know, hey, I can get stronger if I do these things.
Yeah.
Sean Clarita, I mentioned him, like, it's funny, but you see a guy who, I'm sure no one in the world said to Sean Clarita at 5'3", you're going to be one of the best bodybuilders in the world.
Right.
And stand up there in the open division.
Yeah.
But then there it is.
Then he did it, yeah.
And watching that stuff's inspiring. So look, I'm not posting very impressive lifts, except it's, for me,
it's the journey.
It matters.
Yeah.
When I can stand in this garage and, do 280 deadlift for 7 or 8 reps, and I know where I started, and then some other guy who's 57 years old, I'm 59 now, but I was 57 when I started, goes, hey, can I ask you a question about deadlifting? And I go, yeah, here's the thing. And also, if you don't want to deadlift because it's scary, there's these 3 other things you could do.
Yeah.
And now you're in a conversation with people trying to get better.
Yeah.
And, I know that can sound like very corny or earnest or whatever, but that's one of the best things about
But it's real. Yeah.
It is. That's one of the best things about going to the Arnold. Or going to any of these events or interacting with people who do this. It's like everyone understands what everyone's doing.
Yeah.
We're all so into it.
Yeah.
And when you're in a gym and you see other people working really hard, it just fires you up to work really hard.
Yeah.
And because you're in your own gym, where you find that stuff's on social media, right? So I love it. I listen to all the podcasts. I watch all the videos. I'm super.
You're in it. Yeah. I'd say you're in the community, genuinely in the community. So we talked about his Instagram, where you can follow along his journey. It's funny. Usually we have people, talk about their Instagram, maybe their YouTube channel or something. Do we want to tell people to watch Rounders?
Please
watch
feel free.
Billions?
Watch all my stuff.
Yeah. What?
I mean, look, I'd say. Watch whatever you want to watch. Obviously, look, I've been lucky enough to do a thing for a living that's a thing that you dream of doing.
Yeah.
And every piece of work that my creative partner Dave and I did, it's like you guys, you just put everything you have into it. I can't tell you what thing to watch, but there's something for most people who are into this stuff. It's all about people. Everything I've ever done really is about people trying to chase some kind of crazy dream. It might be a dream they shouldn't chase. It might not be good for them. But is it really good for me to be taking pre-workouts?
Yeah, right.
I'm not sure that it
Who's
is.
to say what's good for everyone? Yeah, right, right.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, okay. Awesome. We appreciate you letting us come in, get this gym tour with you. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for letting us do it. If you like gym tours, if we don't have the most on YouTube yet, we're going to soon. We're doing 10 more in the Northeast on this trip, so make sure you're checking them all out. We've got more coming every single week. If you really like what Massenomics is doing, consider becoming a supporting member. You can check that out on our website. Look at our affiliates. We got affiliates for almost everything in here too.
And also shout out to the guy Jim McD, who
Jim McD. Yes, we've been friends with Jim McD for a decade. I
don't even know him except online.
Yeah,
but he's such a
good guy.
Such a great guy. And at the Arnold, he was like, "You guys got to know each other."
Yeah,
and he connected us.
Jim McD. I'm glad you brought it up. He made this happen. I know Jim will be watching this. Thank you, Jim.
Awesome.
Yeah. So everyone, check out the tour. Check out the other ones. We'll catch you next time.